Hello, all contemporary approaches to leadership students. Frank Markow here. I'm your instructor for this class, and you probably also know me as the director of the MOL program. And I wanted to send out this video here to just kind of introduce you to the class and kind of get you ready for the class. It doesn't start until next week, so don't freak out in case you're saying, oh my gosh, I forgot to do something. It starts next week, but the class itself in Blackboard opens up a week early, as you've probably learned, most of you. So I'm sending this out now just to prepare you for the class. And this class runs a little bit different than most of our 7-week classes. We have our residency coming up here in a couple of weeks on January 23rd and 24th. Your class with me will be meeting. You'll be meeting with Dr. Moore on the 21st and 22nd, but our class together will be 23rd and 24th, which is Thursday and Friday. So I just want to kind of prepare you for that and just to welcome you to the class in general. So this is a class that's really near and dear to my heart. I've been teaching this topic for many years. My terminal degree is actually in organizational leadership, which is the topic of this class. So I enjoy teaching and have a lot of experience, and hopefully you'll get a lot out of this class. If you think about what we do day in and day out is, we're involved with other people. And many of us are involved in roles where we are expected to provide leadership to other people. And so spending, a good chunk of our curriculum here on looking on leadership, effective leadership, how to develop our own leadership capacity, to look at what's been studied and written about leadership for the past 100 years is really going to enrich your own ability to grow in your leadership. And some of you might be kind of like a little nervous, like, well, I'm not sure how much of a leader I am. That's okay. I'm not asking you to be a leader, but what I'm asking you is to learn what good leadership looks like. And you can apply those things to your life in a variety of ways. So that's one of the things we'll be talking. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. But if you learn what good leadership is and you learn the kinds of things that are perceived and responded to by others as effective leadership, you can begin to learn how to do some of these things. So they're not tricks, they're not techniques, they're not even necessarily skills, but a lot of them are mindsets and abilities, our ability to understand the dynamics of working with other people, of being honest about ourselves, being self-aware about our strengths, our weaknesses. So growing in our leadership ability really is a deep well, and this, most of you probably already been serving and growing to a certain capacity, but my hope and prayer is that this class will sort of propel you to that next level in your own capacity as a leader. And I know this is the first class for some of you in the program, and so I want to welcome you to the class. And I know some of you, this is coming into your second semester. You began last fall. And so I want to welcome you to this new semester, and I'm excited to meet you all in person here coming up in a couple weeks on class. Now, let me mention some of the to-dos to get ready for this class. If you recall, we sent you out a book list back in November, or as soon as you enrolled in the program, about the books that you were supposed to have for the program. Now, I changed one of the books, and hopefully you got the update by now, but we're not reading the Coos and Posner Leadership Challenge book, which is a great book, but I decided to substitute it with another book here called Leadership and Christian Perspective. Now, this book is your pre-class reading, pre-reading assignment. And what I wanted you to do for that is to read this book and then to do the next step reflection questions at the end of each chapter. So there's 9 main substantive chapters. Each one closes with 2 or 3 next step questions. So before the residency, please read this book and create a document which shows that you've done that reflection. The formatting isn't as critical on that. I really just want some evidence that you read the book and that you did those reflection questions and you were able to think about it, all right? So this book is a great starter. It introduces a lot of the concepts that we're going to go into in the residency, and it really kind of gives you that nice Christian biblical foundation for these ideas. Because a lot of people, they take my class and they're like, well, it's rooted in social psychology and sociology and those sorts of things, And as a Christian university, our students are always saying, well, what's the connection here with the Word and with theology and those sorts of things? So I think this book does a really good job of helping to tie those things together. So anyhow, that's your pre-class assignment. There's going to be one other thing to do, and this is more of a kind of a formality we have to do. We have to have some sort of engagement online the very first week of class, which is actually next week. So technically this semester starts on January 13th. Now your residency is not till the following week, but the class itself starts on January 13th. So we're going to also have an online discussion. So I'll send out another announcement at the beginning of next week saying, hi, our class officially begins today, and I'll give you some instructions on that. But it won't be too in-depth or anything like that. Just some kind of warm-up, get to know you, some reflection sort of stuff. So that's about it, really. I told you this would be brief, and we'll have a lot more to share when we're together in a couple weeks here on campus. And I'm looking forward to meeting all of you guys in person, some of you for the first time, some of you who've been part of the program now for a semester or so. But I'm looking forward to working with you. I think you're going to have a great experience on campus. So be preparing for this. Pray about this. Pray about your time. Pray for your fellow students. Pray for your instructors, for me, and for Dr. Moore as well. And I'm sure you'll have a great experience here at the King's University starting or continuing on in your Masters of Work Leadership program. So that's it. Go back, do whatever you're doing the rest of the week, and we'll see you guys online next week. Blessings.